Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to demonstrate building of an agentic workflow from scratch. The use case that I'm going to focus on is removing the personally identifiable information from the ticket. For example, we have this incident number 1025 visible on the screen, and if we take a look at the description of the incident, it contains user's phone number, user's email ID. So we're going to build a use case which removes such information from the ticket, and also if it is able to help the user in any way. So how we are going to do this? From a solution perspective, what we will need is a single agentic workflow record created. This agentic workflow will have agents like child agents. The AI agent will remove personally identifiable information from the user's original ticket, and if required we can also add another agent that can help guide the user in whatever way it can. And then at each level of the agentic framework, between the agentic workflows, AI agents and tools, decision making will occur to determine the best course of action based on a predefined instruction prompt. Now let's see how we can build it out. So we have already seen what are the dependencies in our previous video, where we again built an agentic workflow, not from the scratch, from the out of the box version and modifying it, but this one is from the scratch. So we already know what are the dependencies, the plugins. Now let's just focus on building this out. So here I'm going to type AI agent studio. Let's go to create and manage. Let's click on new under use cases. We need to describe a use case over here. We can give it a meaningful name. For example, I can call it ticket remediator, and then we need to give a description because it's a mandatory field, you can't skip it. We can think of a description more like I've added the description as remove personally identifiable information from the ticket and guide the user. Now we are going to add instructions, the AI instructions. So let me go ahead and do that as well. So I've added step 1 is remove and scrub any PII data that the user has included in the incident description. And if we also want to guide the user about something based on their issue that they're facing, we can add a step 2 that says guide the user in so and so way to help them resolve their issue. But for now, we'll just focus on removing the personally identifiable information from the ticket. So I'm going to add only step 1, and let's just save it. Save and continue. Save and continue again. We can enable this later, and anything is fine. Let's go back, open our use case ticket remediator, and now we are going to add an agent over here. I think I clicked the wrong button. Let's go to create and manage again. And go to AI agents. Let's click on new. Let's give some name to our AI agent. So I'll call it PII remover agent. And then we also need to provide some description. Let this be the description. Removes any PII from a description of an incident. And then we need to give some instructions and describe the role of our AI agent. So in the role, we can define like what role this agent is actually supposed to perform. For example, we can say that you are an agent which is and who is an expert at reviewing text for personally identifiable information, and replacing it with some sort of a placeholder. Okay, so let me write that over here. So this is what I was able to come up with within the role field, uh, and that's what I already mentioned about. So now we need to mention the instructions. So when we talk about instructions, our instructions could be, for example, step one is getting the incident record. Step 2, review the description for any personally identifiable values. Step 3 could be, let's say, rewrite the incident description and replace the PII values with the text, the placeholder that we have mentioned in the role, PII removed. And then step 4 could be update the incident description with the incident number. And that's it. Let's do it right away. So this is the instruction field. Let me drag it a little bit so that the whole instruction is clearly visible. Step 1, as I said, getting the incident record. Step 2 is reviewing the incident description for any PII values. Step 3 is rewrite the incident description and replace the PII values with this text, PII removed. And then removing any HTML tags and things like that. And save this rewritten description into this field. Then update the incident description with, again, whatever we are getting saved into this particular field or attribute. Let's just click on save and continue now in the bottom right corner. Come on. Save and continue again. Then we can activate it on the, okay, status is active, that is fine. We can also enable it on the Now Assist panel, and then save and test. Now we have created a use case, then we have also created our AI agent. Now we need to provide tools to our AI agent for it to perform certain actions. Now we are in the global scope, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a flow action which can be used by our AI agent and perform certain operations. So let's go to a flow designer. And then what we are going to do is whatever flow we are going to create over here, we will associate it with the agent using the tools option. While this is loading, the basic idea, if you're not able to get it, is we have AI agent. AI agent's proficiency is in removing and replacing the PII data within the record. Now, to equip our AI agent to process and update the data on the platform, we must associate a tool with it. Okay, so let's click on new to create an action. Let's give it a name, get incident description. Then we need to provide a description too. So action to get the incident description given an incident number. Now application scope is global. Let's keep category as empty is fine. Protection is also none is fine. Then this is also good. Now let's click on next. Let's go to our input section and create an input. I'm going to label it as incident number. And the variable name is automatically populated. Let's keep it as string, and mandatory false is fine for now. I'm going to save this. So between the inputs and error evaluation, I'm going to click on this blue icon where add a new step is mentioned. Let's click on it, and within this window I am going to select script. Now let's create a variable over here. So I'm going to give it the name as let's say number, and within the value field I will select from inputs. This is the incident number that we have within the input section. Now in the script section I'm going to write a very small script. So what that script is going to do is, based on the incident number, it will simply get the description and output the description. So let me do it right away. This is the same script. As I mentioned, I'm going to glide through the incident table using the number, and then I'm going to get the incident description and just pass it to the output. If there is no such number, no such incident exists, then I'm saying unable to fetch requested incident record. Now let's go to output variable section. Click on create variable. I'm going to give it a name, description, and let's keep everything else same, like name is the description, type string, and mandatory false. So let's save it for now. Now the next part is going to the output section. Let's click on create output, and I'm going to give it the name as description. This is the output we're going to send back from the flow, and if I click anywhere, it just populates the name field. And let's just exit the edit mode, and here I can select the data pill using the data pill picker. I can select the description from the script step. Let's click on it, and then I can select the description from here. Now I think we have done whatever we were planning to do as part of flow action. So let's click on save, and we can publish it as well. Now if we want to test this flow, whether it works or not, we can click on test and put any random incident number over here. For example, does it give any options? No. Let's click on run test. So here we should be able to see the description returned from this particular incident. MS Office is not updating, please help with it. So this is the description which is returned from that actual incident number which is present in the instance. So we can close this window. Our flow is saved and published as well. So now let us go back to AI Agent Studio, create and manage. Let's go to AI Agents and open the AI agent that we just created a few minutes back. If I, let's say, go to the tools section, there should be no tools for now because we did not add one. Let's click on add tool from here and select flow action. So here in this pop-up we need to provide that information all over again. What is the name? Let's say the name is get incident description, and then we need to provide the description information. Let me populate all this information. I've added the description. Execution mode is selected as autonomous. If it is supervised, then a human intervention is required, but we want to execute this automatically. That's why I've selected autonomous. And within the select flow action, we can select the flow that we just created. Get incident description is the name of our flow action. Let's scroll down a bit and then we can click on add. So our tool is now visible in the tools and information section, and we can just click on save and continue from here. We just completed our first AI agent tool. Now we are going to add another tool which is going to be of type script. The first one was a flow action, the second one is going to be a script. So let's go to the AI agent section and open our newly created AI agent, which is PII removal agent. Go to add tools and information all over again. Go to add tool, click on script. So a pop-up should open up where we will fill all these details. So the name could be, let's say, update incident description. And then we'll give it a proper description that says update the description of the incident based on the incident number. And then we also need to add certain inputs over here. So I'm going to add those inputs. My first input name is number, and I will give it some description, incident number. I'm going to add another input which is my description, and the description would be incident description. Scroll down a bit. Now we need to add a script over here. So this is the short script that I've written, and I've also made sure that in any scenario, whatever is returned from this particular function or script is in the format of like it is mentioned in this comment, which is out of the box comment, return outputs object where the keys in it are understandable by the LLM. So I'm checking whether inputs are there or not, then I'm returning a message. Again, what I'm doing is I'm gliding through the incident table using the number. If the description is present in the inputs, then I'm pasting that description in the incident record. And if the update is successfully made, I'm returning nothing. If it is not made successfully, I'm posting a message that says incident updates could not be made. And again, previously, this is my if condition from here. There's a else to it. If the description is empty, then no incident updates available. And for the previous if, I'm saying records are not available. No incident found, could not update. Okay. And then here we have selected the execution mode as supervised, and output transformation strategy is concise, which means it should be in the readable format. Let's click on add. So now we are able to see two tools. One is our flow action and the second one is script. Let's click on save and continue one more time. Now I think individually we have created everything, use case, AI agents and the associated tools. Now we just need to connect the dots. So as to do that, I'm just going to navigate to a use case all over again. So this is my use case, ticket remediator. We need to add the AI agent to this use case. So let it load, scroll down, click on add AI agent, and I will select the name of my AI agent and click on add. So now the AI agent is added. Let's make sure this is saved. And then we can add a trigger too. So let's click on add trigger. Select trigger, we'll select created, and then we need to fill this complete form. Let's say the trigger name is ticket remediator and the table is incident. Oh, we have a bunch of fields over here. Now we need to set something in the conditions. Now, for example, let's give condition as maybe short description contains need help. Yeah, let's try that. I will click on add from here. So the new trigger that we just created is visible in the existing trigger section. Now let's just, and this is active too, so let's just save it, save and continue, save and test. Now to be able to test this, let's create a test user. Come on, user admin. Let's go to users, or maybe just open an existing one. I think that should also work. So I've opened Beth's profile. Let's look at her roles. Let's click on edit to make sure she has the Now Assist panel user role. No, she don't. So let's add it. Save. Now let's just impersonate Beth and create an incident. So I've created this incident where I've mentioned the short description as need help with laptop, and I've added a description that says I'm lost trying to log in to find the right IT guy to fix my laptop. I have no idea what happened. What should I do to get it fixed? Call me at so and so number. Please, my email address is this and this. I need help. Let's save this incident record, and we'll wait close to 30 to 40 seconds for the trigger conditions to be met and the flow to be triggered. Meanwhile, we'll also keep an eye on the Now Assist panel in the top right corner. I think I'm missing an important piece here because nothing happened, no triggers, because we also mentioned in the conditions that a triggers should run based on the assigned to person, and I've not added an assigned to, but it should also run only on the at the time of creation. So let's create another incident to see if that was the issue. Or we are missing a bigger picture. Control V. Need help with laptop. Abraham Lincoln and Beth. Let's save it now. Hopefully it executes this time. Okay, so we do have a notification here. Let's click on Now Assist icon in the top right corner. You can see there is a one mentioned. Let's click on it. So AI asking us to next step involves updating the incident description for this incident number with the sanitized version. Is it okay to proceed? Let's say yes. So you can already see in the incident wherever email and phone numbers were mentioned, it is being replaced with a text that says PII removed. And we we also received a notification that says the update was successful. So this is it, and this is how we can create a whole agentic workflow from the scratch. Now if you guys want to put in some efforts, you can enhance this particular piece itself by doing the part which I skipped initially. Let me go back to my use case. So in the beginning, if you remember, I told you while creating this ticket remediator workflow that I'm adding a step 1 that says remove any PII data, which we were successfully able to remove. You can see here the phone number was mentioned and the email was mentioned, both are removed. And the second part which I did not add was a step 2, wherein we can also provide users some information with the help of maybe a knowledge article, creating another AI agent, adding certain tools to it. And so as part of step 2, we can provide that information that says probably provide certain steps to the user so as to try himself to fix the laptop or to fix whatever the issue is. If you're focusing on laptop, then the laptop, or if you're focusing on multiple different aspects, then we need to refer a few knowledge articles and provide information on the basis of that. So just take it as a challenge for yourself, add a step 2, and let's see how it goes. If you're unable to make it work, let me know. Maybe we can do something about it together. Thank you so much for watching.